So you've just loaded up FC26, but what should you do first? In this video, I'll break down the key things to check out when you start playing, from settings and training to the best game modes to dive into. I hope this video helps you out. Make sure you are subscribed. We've got a lot more FC26 content coming, and we're also getting closer to 300,000 subscribers, 4,325 to go. Tell your friends to subscribe and leave a like on this video. The first thing you need to do when you start playing FC26 is download the latest squads. Go to the game settings from the main menu and then go to edit teams and go to the download updates tile. Click on that and then click yes. Every week or two, EA does release squad updates, which updates the players, the player stats, and other important things in the game. So when you start up FC26 for the first time, you'll need to download the latest squads to get the latest updates applied to your game. Otherwise, things might be out of date when you play career mode and other things in the game. Another important thing that everyone needs to do before they start playing is, of course, go into the game settings and tweak the things they want to tweak. This can include things like gameplay presets and different match settings and sliders and camera angles and all that. If you play on a next-gen console, you can choose to have the enhanced visuals mode or the favor resolution. You'll need to play the game and decide which one you like more. I use enhanced visuals. I do suggest going through all of these and tweaking it. Read up on what each setting does on the right-hand side. You might want to tweak the match length and also the match difficulty, and then you might want to turn on competitor mode or player-based difficulty. Even the match intros, you can turn that on or off. Quick subs, you might want to change the default ball. This one's an important one as well. You'll need to set your gameplay type. This year there's competitive and authentic. Authentic is for the offline modes like career mode. Competitive mode is for online modes, and it's much faster, less realistic. But this year I do enjoy competitive mode so far over the authentic gameplay, which for me is more sluggish and slow. Competitive mode is less realistic, but it's more fun to play, it's more responsive and quick. So far I am playing on competitive mode, even in career mode. Make sure you take a look at the wind effects settings as well. You might want to turn that on. And then there's also sliders and AI behavior you can tweak as well. Camera angles are also important. You might not like EA's default camera angle like the game cam. What I've done so far is change it to more of a classic look. So at the moment I use classic or even legacy. I do like the legacy camera angle as well. You can adjust your multiplayer camera. Power shot zoom, you can turn that off if you don't like it. There's indicators settings as well. And then there's also audio settings. So you might want to turn off the music in the main menu. You might want to turn on beyond broadcast to get a more intense overall atmosphere of the crowd while you play games. You might want to turn off the archetype perk activation sound. And then there's also commentary settings that you can take a look at as well. This year there's like 4 different pairings for the English commentary. Then there's also the sideline commentator, and then you can adjust the commentary volume and all the other stuff there. There's also different rules you can take a look at, like offsides, handballs, bookings, referee strictness, injuries, and then there's also accessibility settings that you can take a look at as well. So yeah, game settings are very important to take a look at when you start the game because it affects how you play the game. Next up, you might want to warm up. So go to learn to play and just hit the practice arena. You might want to practice your set pieces or play a practice match. It is good to warm up because it might have been a couple of months since you last played an FC game. So of course, a practice match would be good to get familiar with the new mechanics and the gameplay in a no pressure environment. You can just muck around, do what you want. And then if you want to practice free kicks and other set pieces, you can also do that as well if you want to get familiar with the controls. Don't forget, Learn to Play also has skill games, and skill games are also a good way to test your skills and to warm up and get familiar with controls and even get better at the game. There's so many different skill games here. There's practice scenarios, shooting, set pieces, goalkeeper, defending, long pass, ground pass, dribbling, basics. I'm sure if you go through all of these, you will be better at the game by the end of it. The next thing you need to do is go to Kickoff mode. I would suggest playing a few quick matches with your favorite clubs to get a feel for the gameplay changes, and use these Kickoff matches as a way to test and tweak your game settings. So if you've got a favorite club like Manchester United, you might want to do a match with them, and also try out this Zlatan FC team. This was pretty fun. I did make a video about this. This is a new club in FC26. It's a team full of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Definitely check that team out when you play FC26. Playing kickoff matches, like I said, is a good way to get familiar with the game in a no pressure environment before you actually jump into career mode and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, you can also use kickoff matches to adjust your gameplay settings. So after a match or during a match, you can go to the game settings. You can adjust your gameplay type. You might want to do that after the match, and you can check different assistance levels and all that. This one's also important to do. The game comes with different passing assistance levels, defending assistance levels, and changing these settings does affect your gameplay. So I would suggest that you go through all of these and check and see if they're set to exactly what you want. But yeah, play the game, play a couple of kickoff matches, and then adjust the settings, the sliders, the camera angles, and change it to what you prefer. So that's definitely important. The next thing you should do while you're in Kickoff is play some rush matches. This is like a fast-paced version of gameplay. It's in a smaller stadium. It was in FC25, but I'm not sure if a lot of people played it. It's still in FC26. There's also house rules, which is also a different way of playing the game. It's like Kickoff mode, but with different restrictions and rules. Sometimes you'll have a match with no rules, so you can play a game with no fouls, no bookings, and no offsides. There's mystery ball, there's king of the hill, headers and volleys, survival, long range, and first two. Next up, you should take a look at Manager Career Mode because there are new features this year. There's the original Manager Career, which is the standard experience, but then there's also a new feature called Manager Live, which could change the way you actually play Career Mode. Manager Live comes up with different challenges that you can play. They have their own objectives and rules and parameters, and you can also get rewards by completing these challenges, such as retro kits. Career mode can be boring without coming up with storylines or challenges. In FC26 now, the game will generate challenges for you, and it has all the objectives and rules in place, so you don't have to worry about any of that. Even if you don't play much career mode, you might want to check this Manager Live feature out because it could be a good way for you to actually get back into career mode and play the game mode more. You can put icons and heroes into Manager Career Mode now, so get familiar with that new feature. And also when you're in the pre-career settings, get familiar with all the settings, take your time to go through it all. There's some new features here, and it's important to check everything because once you set a lot of these settings up, you can't change them mid-save. So make sure it's all set up the way you want it to be because it does affect your career mode experience. Next up, you might want to take a look at and play tournament mode. A lot of people don't use tournament mode, but it is a good way to experience different competitions and teams without the career mode features. You can play a quick Champions League tournament or any other available competition in the game, and you can also create your own custom tournament. Sometimes you want to play different cup competitions on their own. Let's say you wanted to play the FA Cup. In career mode, if you did that, you would have to play all the Premier League matches and do transfer market stuff and all that. If you do it through the tournament mode, you just play the FA Cup matches and that's it. You can even play full seasons in tournament mode without the career mode features. So that's why I enjoy the tournament mode in the game. The game does have online modes that are not Ultimate Team, so you can play online friendlies. There's co-op seasons as well. And then there's also seasons mode where you play through 10 game seasons to find your level. So if you're not interested in Ultimate Team but you want to play online, there's some game modes here. Another thing you should do is check out Ultimate Team. Download the latest squad update for that and also set up your team. The game will give you a starting squad. You might want to start Ultimate Team by completing the new beginnings objectives. You will get some rewards by completing that. If you pre-ordered the Ultimate Edition, you might have some packs to open, so go and check the store. I didn't get the Ultimate Edition. I just got the standard edition, but I do have EA Play at the moment, and they did give me a welcome pack, so let's see what that's all about. We've got a draft token and a few other player picks here, and that's pretty much it. Those are my best tips for when you first start playing FC26. Thank you to my channel members, Chris, Callum, Wing, Connor, and Hugo. If you want your name here, check out the link in the description. Make sure you leave a like and also subscribe as well.